Glen Tipton, and we're at Donington in Download. I think Donington's always been a bit of a landmark festival, you know, and whether it's Monsters of Rock or Donington, I think it's carried, you know, it's carried a lot of weight, and a lot of bands have got fond memories of it. There's been some great shows here, great concerts here, so it's great to be back. It really is. There's a lot of new bands. To be honest, I'm not very good at names, and I usually forget the names. My son turns me onto lots of bands, and I've always got my ear to the ground, but I can't pronounce half the names. I've got a bad memory anyway at my age. So. As you know, we're just about to release Nostradamus, which is a concept album, which has taken 2 years to put together. Not solidly, but, you know, we've done it over a 2-year period. We're very proud of it, and that'll be out next week, I believe. It's got 13 primary tracks, but 24 tracks overall. A lot of interconnection pieces and preludes, etc. And it's an album really about his life, as opposed to his prophecies. You know, we touch on his prophecies, and we do a track called Visions, and the Four Horsemen that used to come to him and bring him these visions. But it's really about his life. You know, he was an interesting character. He suffered a lot of tragedy. He lost his wife. And daughter in the plague, and then the church came after him and exiled him because of the prophecies, and he was very outspoken. And then he found a new life and a new beginning, and that coupled with his, you know, the mystery that surrounds him. I mean, he was a very, if you believe in prophecies or not, he was a very intelligent guy that made his mark on history, because his name's still banding around today, you know, 500 years on. So we just found a very inspiring story. And before we knew it, we got a double album. We didn't really mean to write a double album, but to tell the story properly, that's what we felt we needed. It was a bit chaotic this time out. I mean, I wouldn't say we were totally prepared for that first week of gigs, because we went straight from recording the album to mixing it to mastering it. Went straight from there to promotion, and then we went in and straight from there into rehearsals, and probably shortchanged ourselves on rehearsals. But that's the way we always are. We need an audience to feed off, so. I think people will accept a few little mistakes on stage. And the very first show we did, our stage manager wasn't allowed into the country either, so that was a lot of fun, you know. But that's the way it is when you first start to tour. We haven't been on the road for 2 years, 2.5 really. But we've had some close shaves on stage, you know, lighting trusses collapsing, things like that without injury. And in the early days when we got people working for us that weren't particularly qualified, you know. And we had a few wing and a prayer dates. Rob's obviously had accidents bringing the bike on stage and one or two things, but we've come through it unscathed. It's always difficult to please everybody, because everybody's got their own favourite Priest song, but I think, you know, tonight's set should satisfy most Priest fans.